Welcome back. So, this is my last segment on the church. And I wanted to read something out of the book of Enoch for the last time. And I also wanted to play a clip of a guest of someone that I sub to. This is no discredit to any of my subs, guests, none of that. But I just want you all to hear what he has to say and what I'm going to read and see if it lines up, because truth should line up everywhere, right? So listen to what he says. Then I'm going to read something and then I'm going to wrap up with church, okay? All right. So let's listen to what he has to say. I'm going to turn it up first. And then now.
The punishment, there were two punishments handed. That first was to the watchers themselves. Peter makes reference to this in 2 Peter 2, verse 4. God did not spare the angels when they sinned, but thrust them down to, most English Bibles will say thrust them down to hell or cast them into hell. But the Greek word behind the word hell, pargarau, which means thrust down to Tartarus. Now, Tartarus was different from Hades. Those are two separate places. In the Greek religion, which Peter would have been familiar with, Hades was where Tartarus was as far below Hades as the earth was below heaven. Tartarus was a place reserved specifically for supernatural threats to the divine order of things. And that's where the Titans were put by Zeus and the Olympians. That's where Typhon, the chaos monster, was put. This was a special place, not for run-of-the-mill dead, not for the human dead who went to Hades, or the Hebrew mind to Sheol. This was the abyss. This is the pit. This is the abyss that will open in Revelation 9, by the way. Those things are coming back out for 5 months at the end of, the end, just before Armageddon. The demons, and again, they were punished this way because apparently they crossed a species boundary that was not supposed to be crossed. The spirits of the Nephilim, in the book of 1 Enoch, the word miscegenated is the best English word that it can be used for the original text. These hybrid spirits were never supposed to be. This divine human mix was forbidden by God, and as such, these spirits were denied entry into the afterlife. And there's some interesting references to these spirits in the Old Testament, actually. The Old Testament makes some reference to these where they're called Rephaim. In the time of Abraham, the Rephaim tribes still inhabited the area east of the Jordan River. But by the time of Moses, only Og of the land of Bashan was the last of the remnant of the Rephaim. And then,
okay, so the point of all of that is he said that the demons are the spirits of the Nephilim. They were denied entrance into heaven because of what they did in Genesis 6, all of that, right? Okay, so, all right, and then this place, hell, they were talking about Tartarus and Hades, two different locations, all that. Okay, I remember Fred Price talking about, and Mary Kay Baxter, a few people talking about hell. It's a body laying on its back. It has 7 parts. Okay, so he said that, right? So in the book of Enoch, it says, this is Enoch 2, 2nd Enoch, and it's, I don't know what verse I'm starting in, but I'm going to try to skip through. Okay, so Enoch is being taken up to the first heaven. So the first heaven is talking about the stars. It's talking about the governance of the stars, all about the stars, their movements, all of that. Okay, the second heaven. Now, the second heaven is talking about, Enoch is saying, I saw a darkness greater than earthly darkness. There were prisoners under guard, waiting for the measureless judgment. Okay, so that's going on in the second heavens. Some people waiting for judgment. That's what it sounds like. And it's a lot missing too. It says, and those men blank took me up to the second heaven, and they set me down on the second heaven, and they showed me blank. And it's just a lot of blank spots. Okay, that's going on in the second heaven. Darkness, prisoners, waiting for judgment. The third heaven, that I think Christians and a lot of other people are waiting to go to. What were the hijackers promised, and all these people that put bombs on themselves, that they're promised 77 virgins in heaven, and I don't know. But this paradise in this book, first is talking about the trees and the full flowers and the ripe fruit and all the gold looking crimson fire and just all this beautiful stuff. But as you go on, it also is talking about this place it says, whoa, whoa, how very frightful this place is. And then it's talking about this place has been prepared for those who do not glorify God, who practice on the earth sin, witchcraft, enchantments, divinations, fornication, murder, resentment, coveting, insulting, lying, stealing. And then it says, those who steal the souls of men secretly. How the fuck do you do that? How do you do that? See how they're mixing supernatural sins with natural man-made sins? No. And yeah, so this is going on in paradise. It's all good, but then you got this going on. Then the fourth heaven. The fourth heaven is talking about the sun. All this stuff that the sun does. And it's a lot of stuff that it's talking about the sun. That the sun does all these things, and it has a crown and all that. So now the fifth heaven. So this is where the gentleman we just listened to, this is where all that ties in. So the fifth heaven, Enoch is taken to the fifth heaven, and there he sees innumerable armies of Grigori. So I looked up Grigori, and Grigori are watchers, angels. So we know what they did, right? It's either them or their relatives. I don't know, but we can really find out. Listen, so Enoch saw all of these watchers and angels, and their appearance was like the appearance of a human being, and their size was larger than that of large giants. And there was no liturgy in the fifth heaven. I'm thinking liturgy is dancing, singing, praising, worshiping. And their mouths were silent. And he was like, why is there no liturgy in this heaven? And somebody said, these are the Grigori, the watchers, the angels who turned aside from the Lord. 200 together with their prince Saturnalia. And this is in the fifth heaven now. And so, and similar to them, those who went down as prisoners. I don't know. I'm not reading that part. Fuck that part. So, but wait. And the fifth heaven now, wait. So it says, it's describing what they look like, and there was no liturgy. For what reason are they blank? It's still missing parts in here. He said, these are the Gregory, 200 princes of whom turned aside from the Lord. What the? Okay, so how are they in the fifth heaven if Enoch went to defend these people and they were denied access to heaven? I'm confused. So it is even talking about Mount Hermon. It says Hermon in here, not Herman, not the H. Tells you the English language is fucked up. Mount Hermon. Oh, it says, and they broke the promise on the shoulder of Mount Hermon, and they saw the daughters of men, how beautiful they were, and they took wives for themselves, and the earth was defiled by their deeds. How are they in the fifth heaven? How is it possible? How? Somebody lying. I'm not saying him per se, but that's the story. That they were denied and they're trapped in some mountain somewhere, I thought. But this says that they're in the fifth heaven. And then, so they were told, you know, they better getting some liturgy going on. So then it said, and why don't you perform the liturgy before the face of the Lord? Start up the former liturgy. Perform the liturgy in the name of fire, lest you annoy the Lord your God and he throws you down from this place. So hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Hold up. See? And it's not just Christians that's confused. This will confuse anybody. Atheists, I see why they're atheists and agnostics. I see why. Even the Amish people, they got gangs and mafia now. I don't know what happened to the Amish. I had thought about joining them just to get away from this shit. But do you see this confusing ass shit? And so, anyway, and then so it said, oh shit, after they were told they could be thrown down, oh shit, it said, behold, they sounded with 4 trumpets in unison, and the Gregory began to perform the liturgy as with one voice, and their voices rose up into the Lord's presence. Fuck are you talking about now? They were denied access to heaven, but they're in the fifth heavens in the book of Enoch. So it goes on to the sixth heaven. Now, this is at the 10th heaven. Let me tell you what's going on. I told you they said it was 955. So the 10th heaven, I saw the view of the face of the Lord like iron made burning hot in fire. So, you know, this is what he saw in the 10th heaven. I don't know. I'm not going to go on because I'm sure, you know, like I said, it's a lot of heavens with gates. They're trying to keep these gates. So, yeah, back to church. I'm going to wrap up with church, and we're going to start another segment, maybe on singularity, the solidarity, the quantum supremacy, the beehive, the one mind hive, or one hive mind, however you say the shit. Algorithms, how they got us on a grid. Watch Cabin in the Woods, that movie Cabin in the Woods. So yeah, church. Last part, I wanted to start Bible study. I wanted to have a Bible study when I was in DC. I made up some flyers and I went and put them in everybody's mailbox in the neighborhood. Then it was like a storefront type church across the street from me. Shoot, I went over there, was trying to start a Bible study. Then when I got to Georgia, I had a HHA, Homeowners Association, well, whatever it's called. I asked them if I could have a Bible study in I guess it was like the community center. I was told no. I was trying to start Bible studies. You don't understand how close me and the Lord was. You don't understand how close we were. So I wanted to get on the corner with a mic and talk about all the stuff I had been learning. I was giving out Bibles to just strangers, telling them about the giants that has, the angels that had sex with women and the giants and all of that. But I didn't want to go on the corner because I thought maybe I would be a pagan. So I wanted to give out CDs to people. All the CDs I had, I wanted to give them out for free. So what's up with Eddie Long? What happened? He fell off? What? I don't know how he died. And Zachary Timms and just... So the church I was trying to go to in DC, the one where the pastor committed adultery and the church was splitting up. So they had got a new pastor. And so I tried to, continue to go. But then that pastor died. Then they had got another pastor. So that's when I left, and that's when I tried to go to another church. But what happened to Eddie Long? What happened? Why did he die secretly? Supposed to know the Lord and be born again. All that. So why are you dying in secret? I even wrote 3 songs. I was trying to get, I'm sorry, I don't even have my notifications off. But I was trying to get, I was trying to get a record contract with a record deal with Arrow Records. Somebody had their own record company with the church. I was trying to contact Lecrae, gospel singers. I even gave Kirk Franklin some tapes about hell and was just trying to, I wrote these songs all about the Lord. Telling you, I was that type of Christian. I was in so much turmoil, but our asses was going to church. In the midst of all of that, you think the church helped us? So the church gave us money. Well, they didn't give it to us, but they paid our hotel room for a week. Then about 5 months later, I needed the help again, and I asked them, and they said they only do it once a year. So, like, when I got help in DC with, I think it was the electric bill, I don't know what it was, but they check your tithing record to see if you're a tither. It's on the application. The one in Georgia is on the application. So, you got to be a tither. I tried to get help. I tried to get off the street. I tried to feed my family. I tried to do it all. And was still going to church. Taking communion. Our pastor increased the communion to every Sunday because it was like it's not enough people getting healed. Then they had some black curtains around the entrance when you come in, like, lifting the veil. I don't know what the fuck. But I was just like, So classifications I keep leaving out. Cavemen. Cosmo sapiens, wizards, ogres. I'm just trying to get all the classification of races in because races today is some bullshit to say. So if all of us were snakes, it would be I don't like them because they got rattles on their tails. I don't like them because they cobras. I don't like anacondas because I don't like. Would it still be division? Like all this impeachment shit, none of that has to do anything. It has nothing to do with politics. So yeah, like back to the movies, like Lord of the Flies, those big ass animals, where they at? All the petrified big ass animals. I'm just trying to wrap up with church because y'all know, man, for 13 years and then like six chopped up into like a couple of other churches. But I mean, I was Holy Ghost's best friend. You can tell me. Uh, hmm, Marilyn Monroe. What happened to her? What happened? Marilyn and the Holocaust. Were those the numbers? Was that time? Was it time? The movies back to the movies again. Angel Heart. What the fuck was that about? Robert De Niro. Somebody, fucking Lisa Bonet. I don't know. But it's the movies. Because Zeitgeist. It's three of them. Movies. So, yeah. With the Bible, they say be careful, you could entertain angels. Lot had some angels come visit him. In the physical, I don't know. That's why I guess the men wanted to sleep with them because they were physical things. Not because they were angels. They didn't know. They were in physical form, I guess. I don't know. Were they the Anunnaki? And that story about them and the gold and the slave race. That's it? Well, if that's the case, then why the slave race not put the rest? And why they just didn't get all the gold to build the gold city and just go on? What the fuck is all this? What happened in the Garden of Eden? I don't know, but I think they slept with the snake. Lilith disguised herself. She got a disguise from Samael and went and made friends with Eve and then tricked her. So I think it was a woman snake with a male, like horse genitals. And somehow Adam and Eve slept with this thing. I don't know, something like that. But if prayers worked, would there be world hunger? Would there be I'm having a hard time understanding it, man. How is it just still going on, dragging on? How is it still people need how? Refrigerator cabinets, bank accounts, investments, everything should just be supernaturally done. And the plagues. What about the plagues? What about all these locusts in Africa right now or whatever? So the Bible say, the pagan Bible say that Moses, all the plagues were supernaturally dismissed by the Lord. So all these all these locusts, all this stuff going on, if it can be exterminated by organ or people, that ain't no plague. Hail is hail in different places. That ain't no plague. if it stops and nobody goes to the Lord or somebody else and intervene, that ain't no plague. I don't think. And where's Mount Hermon? Hermon, Galilee, Jerusalem? Not that it really matters. I don't think it really matters. The location of anything. Like I said, everything is galactic and Cosmo sapiens. Homo sapiens, Cosmo sapiens. If if prayers were answered, are people saved? Where they going? To the third heaven where it's it's both, it's good, ripe fruit, pretty, but then there's all this evil going on too? What the fuck? I don't know. But church, done with it. We can move on to how the soul grid, how the algorithms, how they splitting spirits and crushing embryos in the womb. What the fuck does that mean? How are they doing that? And then how do you station all your physical material goods to idols and then bring the stars, moon, sun, and constellations down before them? What does that mean? Can anybody explain anything that's going on? Like, watch The Matrix, I guess. Again, They Live, The Exorcist. Watch Beyond the Door. This shit crazy. I don't know. It's Alive, Frankenstein, Dracula. That's out on Netflix, but not the old one. Blackula. I was scared of that too. And The Dark. I was scared of The Dark. Not now, because I know that we're the stars. We light up when we sleep, if we can sleep. We're energy. We don't look like this. We're different colors, and we're just vibrations and frequency. So, all right, well, the next segment will be on something different than church. I just, put so much into it for a good, I don't know, a long time. A long time. And that's why my children, you don't understand. When my daughter found out that Zeus, Esos, Caesar Borgias, Christos, Jesus H. Christ was all the same person, she got down on her, she didn't even get down on her knees. She got down on her flat belly to me. I was like, don't ever do that. Don't ever bow down to me. Never. Fuck. It ain't that type of party, I just want people to know shit. And to give me some answers. I need answers. Why was the devil in all my wake-up calls? Why? Nothing against people who do chakra stuff, but I didn't open nothing. I wasn't looking for anything or none of that. None of it. So let's finish.
Additional references which are concealed in our English Bibles because the word Rephaim in Hebrew is usually translated as dead or the shades or the departed. There are references to them in Ezekiel 32 where they're mentioned as being in the midst of Sheol. Isaiah 14 where the shades rise up to greet Lucifer when he's cast out of Eden. The shades rise up. No, the Rephaim rise up to greet him. So there was an understanding that they were spirits, these spirits of the Nephilim, but again, it was also understood that they were not the run-of-the-mill dead, and they were, according to Enoch, barred access into whatever eternal life exists for spirits after death. They were condemned to wander the earth and to just
one is
The
it?
pagans around ancient Israel
Which one is it? Were they denied access, or are they in the fifth heavens? Which one? When you find out, let me know.